Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it has already been several weeks since I left Dubai, which I had the pleasure of visiting on the occasion of the Monaco Day at the World Expo. Unfortunately, I was not able to travel back to Dubai for this meeting. Nonetheless, I was keen to send you this message in order to commend and encourage your initiative and to thank its organizers for their invitation. And more importantly, to tell you how necessary I feel it is today to give thought, as you are doing, to the core issue of education in countries worldwide. In a constantly changing environment, in a technological landscape that is moving at high speed, in a world facing profound and unprecedented upheavals, education has to adapt constantly. It is obviously the case with the digital revolution, about which everyone appreciates the importance. We have made this a priority in Monaco with, for example, mandatory coding lessons for all our students. However, this should also be the case for another revolution, just as important and perhaps difficult to translate into educational programs, the revolution brought about by the environmental crisis. By environmental crisis, I mean both climate change and the damages to the ecosystems, as well as the dramatic loss of biodiversity, to name just a few of its aspects. This environmental revolution is, of course, of a technological nature because it forces us to come up with new operational solutions. It is also of a political nature because it requires the voluntary participation of each and every one of us and because it redistributes powers and the ways of exercising them. It is of a philosophical nature since it modifies our perceptions of our place in the world and our duties towards our planet, the species that inhabit it, and future generations. More broadly, it is a revolution of our lifestyles, which we are all affected by the need to respond to this vital challenge. For all of these reasons, the environmental issue should be deeply integrated now into the ways we plan education for the younger generations, and perhaps also for the not-so-young, who also need to play a role in this major movement. We will not succeed in implementing the necessary changes if we continue to consider the environment as just one concern among others, perhaps more distant than others. We need to instill a different mindset to promote new responsibility and solidarity to involve our children in all aspects of their lives. This work therefore needs to be done in the first few years of life, at the time we discover the world with wonder, and when we learn to understand our place in that world. And this is a work that also needs to be done throughout our educational course, including vocational training, which needs to consider the environmental consequences in various economic sectors. It is a huge task upon which all leaders need to reflect today. We endeavor to do so in Monaco. I know that you do too, each of you at your own levels. We all need to progress, to invent, and in order to achieve this, to exchange and reflect together. That is why I hope that your work today will help us in this path. We are counting on you.